Hello everyone. Welcome to this virtual class of learning students. I hope all of you are safe. In grade 6, we are going to start with History chapter 1: What, Where, How and When. What are the learning objectives that we are focusing in this chapter? We are focusing in this chapter like what happened in the history, where it happened, how it happened, and when it happened. Students will be able to understand after reading this chapter the past of the human society. They will also come to know where did people live in the beginning of the human evolution. Students will also understand why the traveling has become common in the ancient period as well as in the present day period. They will also come to know the names of the famous lands where the civilization flourished. What is the importance of dates in the history? Let us get into session 1. What can we know about the past? There are several things that we can find out. One, we can find out what people ate during that period. What were their food habits? What they used to eat? Are they vegetarians? Are they non-vegetarians? Would they prefer to have vegetarian food or would they prefer to have non-vegetarian food? What type of clothes they used to wear? What kind of houses they used to build? These all things we used to come to know by studying the past or the history. We can also find out about the lives of hunters and herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craftspersons, artists, musicians, and scientists. Like this, we can get to know a lot of information about what happened in the past. So, when we study what happened in the past, we get to know what did people eat that time, what were the clothes that they wore that time, what were the houses that they lived, what was the life of the people or the professions that existed during that period, how did they lead their lives like hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craftsmen, artists, musicians, and scientists. How was the importance in the society? How was the society? Is it having any kind of divisions during that particular period of time? These all things we get to know when we learn about the past. As children, you will also get to know what are the games that are played by the children, what are the stories that the children heard during that period at your age, what were the plays that were played and shown to the children, and what were the songs that they have sung during that particular period of time when they were passing through your age period. So, this is what we come to know when we study about the past. We also get to know where did people live. People lived on the river banks for several hundred thousands of years. We can say it for lakhs of years or thousands of years. People, the early man's life was restrained only to the river valley region. And what these people used to do, some of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers, that is, people who gathered their food because they don't have any major occupations, so they used to gather food, and they also know that the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding. What is this vast wealth of plants in the surrounding? What the early man knows and what we don't know. The early man knows that in the forest there are vast variety of plants which are the source for wealth as well as for food. He used to collect roots from them, he used to collect fruits from them, he used to collect everything what is produced in the forest and use for his day-to-day needs. And he also hunted animals. So, how did people live during the ancient society? People lived along the banks of several rivers of several hundred thousands of years. The earliest people are very skilled gatherers, that is, people who gathered their food. They know about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forest and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food and livelihood. They also hunted animals, which you can see on the screen how they used to cut the animal and share the meat. Now, where did these people live? Some of the areas where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley was about 8,000 years ago. So nearly 8,000 years ago means from now, 8,000 years before onwards, man learned how to do cultivation. Man acquired the skill of agriculture. He practiced the skill of cultivating crops like wheat and barley. People also began to rear animals like sheep, goat, and cattle, and also lived in villages. Now, to trace exactly where did this early man societies got established for our understanding better, to have a better insight into the place, you can see on the screen that the Vindhya regions in the central part of India, in the Madhya Pradesh region, that the agriculture developed first there, and that was a place where the north of the Vindhya mountain ranges, rice was first grown. So, the first grown crops are wheat, barley, and rice. The location is the central part of India near the north of Vindhya region. They also used to rear animals like sheep, goat, and cattle and lived in villages. That's all we have in the session 1. I hope you people enjoyed this one. If you have any doubts, please do let me know, comment below, or contact me back through the email IDs which are given to you.